watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Wednesday, April 24th. I'm Chris Palermo. Here's what's happening. The man responsible for stealing a Las Vegas ambulance and crashing it into another vehicle last week is now identified. RJ Camacho has the story.
The man arrested for stealing a Las Vegas Fire Department ambulance and crashing it into another vehicle on April 17th has now been identified as Zachary Bodine. According to the arrest report, a two-person medical unit with Las Vegas Fire and Rescue responded just after 6 a.m. to a report of a man suffering from breathing problems. As they parked their ambulance and focused on the patient, they reported noticing the ambulance was gone as they went to get a gurney. They reported having left the ambulance unlocked and running with the keys in the ignition. After being notified of the ambulance being stolen, officers used Fusion Watch cameras in order to track the vehicle. Once officers caught up with the vehicle, they attempted to pull it over, but the driver, Bodine, allegedly ignored their directions and went on a joyride that spanned 40 minutes, according to police. Police state that the driver had ran red lights and drove against traffic, which endangered hundreds of other drivers. Ultimately, the pursuit led to a crash at Centennial Parkway and Pecos Road, where Bodine was taken into custody. According to the report, Bodine stated that he had stolen the ambulance in order to escape the danger he was in at the downtown area. He additionally claimed that he lost the keys to his own car and admitted to driving the ambulance erratically. LVMPD reported as well that they found a pneumatic firearm inside a backpack belonging to Bodine, which appeared as realistic as a true firearm. Zachary Bodine was arrested under the charges of grand larceny of a motor vehicle, disobeying a peace officer, endangering others, and carrying a concealed weapon without a permit. Bodine has been scheduled for a preliminary hearing on May 7th.
And a new report has been released about missing documents that contain alleged war crimes. Samantha Roberts gives the details.
In a recent declassified government report, documents about alleged atrocities have gone missing. According to the report provided by the U.S. Government Accountability Office, also known as the GAO, the Pentagon is not retaining comprehensive records of alleged war crimes in its global military operations, which is required by the Defense Department's own policies. Documents found that an entire year's worth of records has gone missing from a U.S. military command center overseeing operations in the Middle East. Government investigators found evidence of at least 47 allegations of U.S. military war crimes between 2012 and 2022 as the United States waged an air and ground war against the Islamic State in the Middle East and Africa. But a large portion of information about alleged war crimes during that time was missing. The military were not able to provide any records of potential war crime allegations from the Sub-Command Center overseeing operations in Iraq and Syria for all of 2015, when President Barack Obama oversaw thousands of airstrikes in the countries. The GAO investigators noted that while they found scores of war crime allegations inside the military bureaucracy, the major military commands admitted they do not keep comprehensive records. The Department of Defense notes that the law of war is based on treaties and international laws applicable to the United States. The United Nations defines war crimes as, among other activities, killing civilians, torture, sexual violence, destruction of civilian property, and taking hostages. 46 of the alleged war crimes discovered by the GAO took place under CENTCOM, or Central Command, which oversees operations in the Middle East, which includes places like Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria. According to investigators, CENTCOM officials appeared to routinely lose or misplace records of war crime allegations. Officials have not provided any explanations for the missing documents.
More news now on this Wednesday. The couple that have been arrested in Boulder City for hoarding animals are now being sentenced. RJ Camacho has the details.
The couple that was arrested under accusations of hoarding nearly 200 animals earlier this year will be serving their sentences on house arrest. On April 23rd, Judge Victor Miller ruled that Timothy Miller and Carolyn Luke will be able to serve their 2.5-year sentences for animal cruelty and hoarding charges via house arrest. However, the couple is not allowed to keep any pets or animals at their residence and must undergo counseling. Miller and Luke were found earlier this year with nearly 200 guinea pigs and rabbits, with some being deceased and others malnourished. The animals were found across 3 different locations. This includes the vehicle they were in at the time of their arrest, their house, and a Las Vegas hotel room. The couple are scheduled to be released today, and while they are only serving 2.5 years, that is for the charges out of Boulder City. They may still face additional charges in other jurisdictions.
You're watching News 25. We'll be back right after this.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Political debate was held last night at the Pahrump Senior Center for both Nevada State Senate District 19 and Nye County Commissioner District 3. News 25 was there and spoke with the candidate running for Nevada State Senate, William Hochstedler.
The reason I'm running is I was asked to run down ticket in the last campaign. I ran for U.S. Senate 2 years ago, lost to Adam Laxalt in the primary, and people said, don't give up. It takes courage to run. We're glad that you ran. Do something different, run down ticket. We need a warm bench for somebody in the state legislature. So I did exactly that. I decided to run down ticket. Now that I've run down ticket, there's people that probably don't want me to do that either, but that's neither here nor there. I've got a good education for the rural areas. I got 4 years of agriculture education. I've lived on a farm back east. I can apply that to the heritage that we have in these rural areas where we have 4th and 5th generation ranchers and farmers and miners and things like that make their living off the land. But yet I've been around the country and I know what to do when it comes to dealing with urban issues, growth that we're having in Pahrump, for example, and things like that.
And I am Bill Hochstedler running for Nevada State Senate District 19. So I was here at the Pahrump Senior Center, and we had a fantastic showing tonight. About 100 people showed up to be informed voters to understand who they're voting for. It was a debate. My section was actually a discussion with some questions. My debate candidates did not arrive here for the debate. So I enjoyed answering the questions that were given by the public and the moderators. We covered all types of topics like what will I do in the legislature when I get to Carson City, the things that we want to solve, doing with issues that people want to hear about, taxes, schools, opportunities, jobs, things of that nature. I did a good job of telling them what we could do in the future. Elections are about the future, not the past. So we need to make sure that we have people that are willing to do the work and get out there and see the people. This is a huge district. I've got on the back of my card in red shows the area from the top of the state to the bottom of the state. It's 60,000 square miles. It's the largest legislative district in the lower 48 states, and also with the fewest amount of people, 167,000 people approximately, with Pahrump and Elko being the main population center. So it's a very rural area with a little bit of urbanization. It's a diverse area so that we have urban problems like in Pahrump with the encroachment of Las Vegas, and we have the heritage and the protections that are needed for 4th and 5th generation ranchers and farmers and miners in the other parts of the state. So I want to do a really good job of making sure that all of Nevada is represented, all of District 19, and I'll be one of 20 senators in the state that's making laws for the state. We have an upside down equation. We have 7 Republican senators, 13 Democrat senators. So we are in the minority, but we need to make sure our voices are heard. I'm willing to work with the Democrats to pass more bills that don't get to the veto desk of the governor. We want to make sure that we're doing something in the legislature for the people of Nevada and make sure that the governor has less vetoes. And we want to protect the governor's vetoes as well with the number of assemblymen and senators that we have.
And as we take an inside look at historical venues across Las Vegas, News 25 correspondent Maria Centers now joins us from the unique spot that is the Neon Museum.
The Neon Museum's electrifying presence here in Las Vegas is a sight like no other, complete with an outdoor boneyard showcasing the historical bright lights of Sin City's past. News 25 Las Vegas had the opportunity to speak with the Neon Museum and hear about all it has to offer us day and night.
We have a collection of the Las Vegas's historic signs that have been either donated or secured through our collections committee. And in the collection, we have about 250 pieces on display. 25 of those are fully re-illuminated and restored and ready to go, ready for people to come and view. We have a lot in storage, and we are in the process of moving more out onto the public lands.
Each and every sign in the glowing collection showcases a unique story about the personalities who created it, inspired it, and its distinct role here in Las Vegas history.
We have opportunities for families, for kids, for adults that are just interested in coming in for the best selfie spot in Las Vegas. And I think that really says a lot to what we want to do for a museum, from a museum perspective. We do offer many opportunities for families to come in and enjoy themselves.
Dedicated private sector individuals along with governmental and corporate entities work side by side to promote the preservation of these radiant relics.
It is a fantastic tribute to the story of Las Vegas. We are the story of Las Vegas, and collecting these signs and these stories has been really a passion of the museum and all those who came before me. Come on down. We are centrally located just off of the Fremont Street Experience, and it's an easy drive or easy walk or an easy Uber ride over here. So come and visit. There's plenty to see and lots of great signs and lots of good opportunities to take photos.
Reporting right here from the Neon Museum in Las Vegas, I'm Maria Centers with News 25 Las Vegas.
Thank you very much, Maria. Great story as usual. And please tune in to tomorrow's newscast where Neon Museum Director Mike Deeney dives into detail about his favorite sign and the design detail that goes into creating one. And News 25 catches up with Search Squad of Pahrump at the Fun Day Festival event on Saturday, put on by Southwestern Wilds, Inc., to learn more about how they help with missing animals in our community.
Hi, we're Search Squad of Pahrump. We were founded in July of 2023 to help reunite missing pets with their owners. We can be called to locate missing pets. If there's dogs on the loose, we respond and do our best to return them to their owners. Some of our missing we're featuring today are Cope and May, and they're two of our longest missing. We just want to do our best to help reunite pets and people here in Pahrump, and we're really excited to be partnering with Southwestern Wilds Rescue here today.
We also have some adoptable pets with a couple of the fosters that volunteer with our group. We have a few flyers, but we like to come out to the community and try to reach out and let people know that we're here to help. We do our best to get on scene whenever an animal's found on the loose and get them scanned and reunited, or if they have been dumped, which is the sad reality a lot of the time, we hold and foster and rehome.
I just want to personally thank the community for all of their support and their assistance with reporting the sightings to us so we can respond to try to get these animals secured and reunited with their owners. Without them, we would not be able to operate. So anybody who's ever available to search and rescue or foster, we greatly appreciate everybody's help in the community.
Coming up, sports with Mikey. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. The Vegas Golden Knights are back in action tonight Here's Mikey with your look at sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at www.kpvm.tv and now on Roku devices.
Tonight.
Dallas Stars, Vegas Golden Knights from Dallas. The second game. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Puck drop, 6:30 p.m. Jack Eichel now has 28 career playoff points in 23 games played. If he adds 2 more points Wednesday, he would join Alex Ovechkin, Leon Draisaitl, David Pastrnak, and Sidney Crosby as the 5th active player to reach 30 career playoff points in 24 or fewer games. Las Vegas Aviators had a rough one last night. 14-1 they lost to the Sacramento Rivercats. Rematch tonight at 6:45. A gaming executive has committed over $1 million to help launch a new career development program at UNLV for women student athletes. Paragon Gaming CEO Diana Bennett's donation will go towards creating the new initiative, which is set to launch this coming fall semester, UNLV announced on Wednesday. The Diana Bennett Career Development Program for women's sports will provide internship, programming, resume building, networking, job shadowing, externship programs, skills training, etiquette training, and more. And Pahrump Valley Trojan varsity baseball is at Chaparral High School. That game is in progress. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you very much, Mikey. April is Alcohol Awareness Month, which is held every year to help raise awareness about alcohol abuse. According to the CDC, excessive alcohol use is the leading preventable cause of death in the United States.
Alcohol causes and is related to over 200 diseases in the body. So I tell patients all the time, what do we use alcohol for? We use alcohol to clean our toilets. Because in cleaning products, there's alcohol. It's because alcohol is so good at breaking down protein.
Dr. Akil Anand is an addiction psychologist with Cleveland Clinic. He says when he talks to someone about the signs of alcohol abuse, he will often refer to the 4 C's. They include cravings, which is when you crave alcohol, compulsion, which is when you cannot stop drinking once you start, then consumption, which is when you drink too much, and last is consequences, which is when alcohol causes problems for you. Dr. Anand says if you are concerned that someone is abusing alcohol, it's okay to talk to them, but make sure you are supportive.
Addiction is a very insidious thing. It doesn't just happen. And sometimes a person may not react properly, but you expressing your concern in a very constructive way, it will help them in the long run.
And the dietary guidelines for Americans recommends that men of legal age should have no more than 2 drinks a day, and for women, 1 drink a day. However, drinking less or not at all is best for your health.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
So Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam, beautiful pictures of Breeskies Point and Death Valley. Well, we had some wind today, but we're looking for a little bit of a cool down. Complete forecast in just a bit.
News 25 weather is brought to you by the Committee to elect Robert E. Thomas for Pahrump Justice of the Peace, Courtroom B. Vote for Constitutional Judge Robert E. Thomas. Visit www.electrt.com for more information.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. I'm Mike Ruhan from the Channel 25 Weather Studios and streaming at www.kpvm.tv and now on Roku devices. Let's take a look at this weather map. Fernley, 70 degrees. Fallon, 71. 67 in Carson City. Tonopah, 65 degrees. 69 in Goldfield. Beatty, 77. Amargosa, 83. Las Vegas gets the hot spot at 85. Out in Death Valley, 94. But here in the paradise of Pahrump, our current temperature is 79 degrees. We hit 80 just a little bit ago. Winds out of the south at 14 miles per hour. Humidity 12%. The sun rose this morning at 5:58. It'll go away this evening at 7:25. Then the clouds come in. It's going to be partly cloudy tonight as we go to a low of 53 degrees. Humidity 38%. The wind up a little bit, south-southeast at 15 miles per hour. How's that set us up for the rest of the week? Let's take a look. Tomorrow we got a few clouds coming in. Wind not too bad, 77 degrees. Friday we got a 39% chance of rain. And the temperature goes down to 69. Saturday, we rebound, go up to 75. Sunday, 80 degrees. And Monday is the day I suggest you call in sick. 80 degrees, 84. Can you just imagine going to the pool instead of work? Back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you very much, Mikey. I'll let you use some of my hairspray with all that wind coming. That'll just about do it for us tonight. I'm Chris Palermo, News 25. Make it a great night.